Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Camp Banter episode 33. We got an all-star cast with us today, so we will start our stream in a couple of minutes, so just hang tight.
Well, we've got an all-star cast and then three idiots.
Yeah.
You, myself, and Jason.
And three other guys.
Leon, excellent job again with the
You like that?
I do. I like how you put your little boxes in the background.
Yeah, people love to hate on the boxes, so shout out to the haters.
All for a reason.
Lots of haters.
I love how I'm just ahead.
Yeah, we need to get you a body, Jay. I made up for it by putting you twice, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your body's on the ground.
I think we should just take the crab, like a crab, and then just extend the neck from the crab's
exactly.
back, and just pop Jason's head on there.
That's what I'm saying. That's his body. That's his head. Yep.
I love these trolls now that are all over the place. Oh my God, it's like
it just shows you how spineless they are, though, because they need a fake identity.
It's not even spineless. It's also like where are you coming up with this time?
And that's what I said to Leon. I was like, do people really have that much time? That's kind of sad.
It's like, what do you like? I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't even have a second to think, let alone start creating these dummy accounts.
And all of this division, I don't understand it. Anybody that's a collector understands that you have people who like different things. You have people who buy things from different places. You know what I mean? Why does it have to be so much? Well, if you don't have this, and like I joke with Justin all the time. I talk to him almost every day. I sometimes wear hats on purpose from other stores just to get a response on it. But that's just our thing that we do. But it's never like, oh, I hate you because you're not wearing a Hat Club hat. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
it's ridiculous. Listen, at the end of the day, right? Hat Club has been leading for a long time, and they continue to. But there's so many other cool places to get great hats from. I mean, come on, man. My Fitted has great shit. Like, all these places just have great stuff. It's just like, just enjoy hats in general, and the community and the people that you can kind of interact with, man, and forget this other junk, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, my store of the year is Locker Room, man. I found those guys this year, and when I was out in LA, we went to visit them. Jason was there the same exact day. That was crazy. Those guys are cool over there.
Yeah. Well, you like Dodger hats, so
that's true.
I was gonna say like
every Dodger hat.
They have California hats. They have that in the stranglehold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if that was a souped up lawnmower that just went by, or
I was going to ask who's riding. I think that a motorcycle.
I think that was the fan on your Dell computer.
it goes along with the 70s aesthetic, so it's probably like
You got to pull a rope to start that computer.
It's gas powered.
But all right. Okay, guys, welcome to Cat Banter episode 33. We got a really cool episode planned for you guys today. We got some panelists on to join us. What we're going to do today is we're going to kind of go through everyone's pickup of the year. We have absolutely no idea what they brought. We tried to get mixed people from all over. So
I didn't know exactly where that was going just now, Leon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Should we introduce everyone or let them do the intro?
Leon,
racial direction.
Yeah. Leon was about to say, "I'm not a racist," but, and I think it had that kind of vibe to it. But I think what's
Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think what we'll do is, like, we can go around and you guys can kind of introduce yourself maybe a little bit to everyone, because I know some people know you guys, some people don't. So I think it would be cool to start there, and then we can really get into this. Like, this is gonna be fun. I think Leon, myself, and Jason had put together our respective top 50 lists, and it was pretty cumbersome. It was tough to do. And I mean, we're talking about amongst thousands and thousands of hats. So we all, the three of us truly appreciate the fact that you guys were able to narrow down yours to 5.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they are, but why don't we, Leon, why don't you take us through and not say anything that's uncomfortable again, and perhaps we can go around and get everyone to introduce themselves. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's start with Aaron. So Aaron's been on the show before. Tell everyone where you're from, what you mainly collect, and some of your favorite vendors.
Well, how's it going, everyone? My name's Aaron, and I got into collecting through the FHS group, and I was collecting before that, but it really exploded during my time in the group. I'm from California, in the Bay Area. I live probably about 40 minutes outside of San Francisco. And I started out primarily with Oakland A's hats because that's my team. And I'm a really big NFL fan, so I started collecting NFL hats and and A's hats. Then got a local hat club near me, and been shopping there for years and years. I've got an OG, hat club card still that I came across recently, and just been getting customs from there. But the Fitted Hat Society really piqued my interest in branching out into different hats and customs, and bought my first custom from you, Leon, and it just jumped from there.
There you go.
You can only go up. You can only go up from there.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. Next person, Maren, our resident Royals expert. Tell us a little bit about yourself and.
Sure. I'm Maren. I live in Lawrence, Kansas. It's about 45 minutes outside of Kansas City and is home of the Kansas Jayhawks. I collect everything, mostly so Royals for sure, a ton of MILB stuff. NFL, I only buy Chiefs hats. So yeah, and then customs and sneaker companies, sneaker brands, so all that. And I've been collecting seriously since probably 2013, 2014. Got into Team Fitted around that time. My collection exploded. It has only gotten worse since joining FHS. So yeah.
Awesome. Jim's Brims is telling us that this sounds like a AA meeting. So our next speaker, Quan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Everybody, my name is Quan. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Quan. I'm from New York City. I've been collecting everything longer than I can imagine. From hats to sneakers, jerseys. I have a ton of jerseys. I guess I would describe my collection as just like things that kind of resonate with me. It's not always necessarily like I have to get that hat because it's the newest hat. It might be like, oh, I remember I wanted that hat, or like Maren has a Barons hat on. I had a Barons jersey for 2 years, and I was trying to find the hat. So it's kind of like connecting the dots sometimes. It's just, a love of hats, love of sneakers. Leon knows better than anybody. I probably text him with the most ridiculous ideas for custom hats every day, like just stuff that makes no sense because that's just the type of person I am. But yeah, just, I love hats. Like I said, I don't know necessarily how long I've been collecting. A lot of people know me from, I guess you would say, my affiliation to Hat Club. I'm, good friends with Justin. But I buy hats from everywhere. I love hats. So that's me.
Cool. And Google Lou, if they don't know you, tell them something about yourself.
All right, I'm Lou. I live in New Jersey in the New York suburbs. I'm initially from New York City, grew up in Manhattan. I've been collecting hats my whole life. I mean, I remember being a 7-year-old kid going to ball games, and every game I went to, I'd beg my dad to buy me a hat. My first on field I bought at Jerry Cosby at Madison Square Garden in 1982. It was a Yankees hat that I still have. I'm primarily a Mets fan, but my dad raised me to root for all the New York teams. So long as they're not playing the Mets, Yankees are my second favorite team. And just because they're the Yankees. I have more Yankee hats than probably anything else. I collect primarily baseball, but I also have hats of every football team and good number of hockey teams, much more limited basketball. And, I've gotten a ridiculous number of hats this year, like all you guys, because there's no entertainment. So instead of going to ball games, my entertainment is ordering hats. I got to be up to 1,300 by now after this year, and happy to share some of them with you guys.
Cool.
And why do they call you Google Lou?
First time I was on Views from the Vault, Big Dave told me Google Lou. I made a comment you could Google me, and he just called me Google Lou, and it's stuck for
I like it.
almost 6 months now.
Yeah,
it isn't going anywhere, by the way.
Yeah, no. He probably has one of the most infamous moments on VFTV history. Big Dave thought he was gonna have an easy heavyweight battle.
Rewind for a second, Leon.
All right.
Do you remember what I said?
Yeah.
No one knew who Google Lou was, and I said, "Listen, anybody who has that background in their room, like you look behind them, anybody who has that shit up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna fuck your ass up." That's what
the sad thing is you didn't record that episode.
Oh, damn.
I wanted to go back and watch it, and that one.
Oh, that was the one we had an issue with, right, Leon?
Yeah, I think so.
It was on Facebook.
You guys have to reenact
I think that was July 4th.
Here, I'll reenact it for you, okay? I'm gonna go grab a suitcase out of my closet here.
3 suitcases.
And pull out a badass hat, right? So this dude was pulling out suitcase hats. That's why this was a capture the flag. You guys know what capture the flag hats are? There's like really super limited edition new era hats that came in like briefcases. This dude was pulling those out left and right. And like and he owned everybody, but I called it too, Leon. You have to admit, I said he's gonna wipe the floors with these guys. Yeah.
I think 4 out of 5 were capture the flags, and he just annihilated everyone.
Well, there are 3 of them, and then the 4th one was a new era Japan exclusive.
Can I be frank with you, Lou? Like the Roger Clemens capture the flag.
Yep.
It's limited and it's like, it's rare, but it's an ugly ass hat.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it has a ton of great patches though. I mean, I hate Roger.
Yeah,
Clemens,
if you pulled that shit out on me, I would have beat the shit out of you. I would have pulled some crazy ass shit out, because that hat to me was like, because you pulled it out of the suitcase, it had this like real dramatic flair and effect to it, but it's really a terrible hat.
It's a half trucker too, right? It's a half.
Yeah, it was like mesh and shit. Like, but I had to give it to him because it's rare as shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many of those were there?
There weren't more than like 200 or so of any of them.
Well, there's Hat Club drops that are like 1/10 that run. Yeah. But still, it's crazy. I mean, it's a crazy hat. You did wipe the floors with them still, Lou.
Yeah.
Well, they're also all like, 15, 16 years old.
That's true. That's true. And you've given me one of the most fantastic hats in my collection. So I haven't forgotten.
I'm glad you like it. It was just wasting away in my closet.
Well, now it's definitely prominent in here. It's up there in a case.
All right. And then our last speaker, RHP. Let's hear about it.
My name's Ryan. I'm a capaholic. It's been 6 hours since I bought a hat. AKA Look Mom No Hands on Instagram. I've been collecting for as long as I can remember. There was this place when I was a kid across the street from my house. It's called Harper Sports. My brother would jump on the back of my wheelchair and we'd go there and buy as many hats as we could. And I've just been collecting hats since then. Biggest thing I collect is probably I got all the Fear of Gods, a lot of Bape, and mostly Japan exclusives and all baseball. But Dodgers are my favorite baseball team to collect.
So I love how Ryan said in the most modest way, there's nothing but heat behind me. I just wanted to say this as politely as possible. I got nothing but heat behind me.
It's got another wall for just sneakers too. So.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But all right, so I guess we're gonna start with everyone's. We'll go in that same order, and then we'll go 5 all the way to 1. Is that the plan, Pierre?
I would go like in that order, then in reverse order. So whoever goes last, they do
snake
2 in a row.
draft.
That way you
All
can
right.
continue to like allow people to kind of go.
Okay, cool. So starting with number 5, Aaron, what you got for us?
I had a really tough call here, so I need to make a change real quick. I couldn't sneak this into my top 5, so I'm going to wear it.
Oh, nice! I love that hat. By the way,
this is just one of my favorite A's hats this year. I went on about it on the show one time, and so I'll spare you guys the details. But this is a fantastic hat. But what I went with number 5 in my order here was the Cubs cookies and cream.
yeah.
You know, Chris K, when we talked about this hat, he said, dude, you're never going to need to buy another Cubs hat. This is it. And, and I think he's almost right. Of course there's others I know I'm going to see and like, but this is just such a beautiful piece. And I was so excited that I was able to secure this, for my collection. So this is my number 5 from 2020.
Wow. So you like that one better than the green eggs and ham then?
I was super in love with the green eggs and ham, but there's something about this pink, this pink outline, this pink banner basically behind the Cub that makes it even richer. The blue is what I think really makes it. And the blue against the green on the green eggs and ham was just spectacular. But there's just something about the way the blue and the pink work together on this that just edge it out barely. It's really, really close. If you had made me choose between those two, I'd have a really, really hard time. But I think in the end, I'd probably go with this one. Just, there's just something about this blue and pink that just work together so great.
Yeah, I like that logo a lot better than the green eggs and ham one. That green eggs and ham one looks like a methed out lemur.
Didn't a blue version of that hat drop today?
Yes, blue version. Yeah, with the pink under. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Justin hates the Cubs with a passion. So it feels like in the last couple months that we've just been getting.
Yeah, but you know what, dude?
Stuff.
For a while, their Cubs hats wouldn't sell at all.
Yeah,
but then the secret sauce was changing that logo from the C to these bears, and Hat Club has done the bears in the past with green unders. And gray unders, but I think when you take that alternate UV color and then throw these new Cubs on there, and then that the All-Star Game patch. Side patch,
the patch unleashed everything.
Yeah, that's the thing that that tied it all together. So that's a great choice, Aaron. Great choice.
Thank you. Yeah, no, love this hat. Super stoked. I knew this had to make it in somewhere.
Good stuff. All right, Maren, number 5.
All right, so this is number 6, honorable mention, the Barons pink under with the Southern League patch.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like that hat, but I liked My Fitteds better.
Yeah.
My Fitteds did like a blue under with blue elements in the patch. I actually like that one better.
That was nice.
I love this hat too, but I like the My Fitteds one slightly better.
So my number 5 is
fancy
fire relief with the fancy patch and the matching pin.
Mm-hmm.
And team right there, the capologist.
That's a great hat.
And
that's a great hat.
Red under, and we were calling this the Aboriginal flag version, right?
Yeah.
So I grabbed the traditional Australian green and yellow, and I grabbed this one, but I like this one the best because I love, like Jason, I like a different colored panel occasionally. And I just like the way the colors all go together, and I think it ties the patch in together the best of all.
That was my favorite of the 3 too. So
awesome.
Yeah, if this was a hat battle, man, you got some bonus points for bringing out a capologist one.
Yeah, there you go.
But this one made number 5 also just because I like how it came together, like working with folks.
Yeah, Lee's
fellow
on
hat
right
collector.
now too.
I bet you, Lee's watching.
Yeah.
So working with fellow hat collectors and for a good cause and all that, I really appreciate how the capologists will really take a cause and run with it and work with artists to come up with cool designs. So I guess I need to come up with a cool design and we can raise some money.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Quan,
Great stuff.
what
man.
you got?
All right, so I'm gonna probably upset some people in our group chat, Leon, but number 5 for me is not a Hat Club hat. It is this bad boy right here.
The upper deck.
Upper deck hat. I mean, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, so they just like the Barons hat, like they pulled me right in before I even saw them make the comparison. When I saw that, I'm like, whoa. And then the Comiskey Park patch on the side, two-tone. I just love this hat. I mean, I get a lot of shit for wearing this hat around certain people, but I don't care. I love this hat.
That's a great hat, man. And, listen, that's another thing they do a great job of over at MyFizz is like they connected to different cultural components. Like you have the Capone and Noriega cap. You've got those Wiz Khalifa album caps. Like you got a lot of cool stuff. That's a great choice, man. I like that. It's different. It's different.
All right, Googaloo, number 5.
No, hold on 1 second. That's 89. So 89 upper deck, right? That's probably the year that's referencing 89 upper deck. Just a fun fact. I used to have like 10 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards from the 89 upper deck set.
Pretty card.
You got a couple downstairs.
I got a couple.
I got to say, this is the reason I was so excited to be a part of this, is to really be able to see different tastes and just the different selections that people are going to bring. Because I'm glad we're seeing something that's not Hat Club. I want to see other stuff. I think that's fantastic. It's a great choice.
Good mix.
Yeah. Now Lou's going to bring in somebody with white gloves, like the Stanley Cup.
No,
break out his or is that just number 1?
No, these are all hats from this year, so none of them.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go with the Angels timeline.
Oh, that's a nice choice, man.
Yeah.
I really love these timeline ones. They were really tough to get. In fact, I had a trade for this one. I traded a Dodgers pink lemonade to get it. But out of all the timelines, I think the Angels really have a really nice diversity of logos. And the navy blue and the red and the accents with the little bit of gold and the baby blue really makes for a really sharp looking hat.
I got Leon knows one, but I really wanted that one.
No, the Dodgers one is trash.
I know. I really wanted that one. I tried.
But listen, I'm not saying the Dodgers are trash. The Dodgers timeline cap is trash.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's like the logos they could have done something different. Like I'm not sure what the limitations were in the design perspective, but like they should have used that B that was on the green hat that was only in use for like a year. That should have went on there. They should have flipped it out a little bit because it was too many LAs and that B that just looked the same. It was like a silly cap.
Well, I tell you, I got the Yankee one too, and it's basically just the very slightly different NY logos. Whereas this one really has 6 unique.
Oh, he froze.
It's really cool.
Listen, I think the Angels logos and Leon's been on my Angels journey with me where I love halos for some reason. So I like Angels hats to me are just absolutely incredible. That's a great choice, Lou. The worst of the timeline caps was very easily LA. The timeline caps was LA. I also think Chicago, the White Sox one was great. It had the panty liner in there. I think the Chicago Cubs one was good too. I think they were all good except for really LA and New York.
Yeah, I think New York was the worst, but
no.
Yeah. I tell you, the sad thing with that White Sox one is I was actually in the NoHo store the weekend before the whole pandemic hit back in March, and they had one sitting there left in my size, and I nearly bought it, and I'm like, do I really need this? And I just didn't buy it, and that's a regret for the year.
Yeah, and Ryan, I'll tell you why I think LA's worse than the Yankees one, because the Yankees one had the liner. So if you're gonna look, they all had like all similar logos all the way around, but at least the Yankees one had that liner on the inside.
Yeah. The Yankees liner was just the green though. It wasn't like the different uniform.
Can you tell me what kind of liner was in the LA Dodgers one?
None.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Dang, it's not as cool as
No,
the Cubs.
I really want to thank you for adding that little tidbit of information. It's still a better liner than the other one. So, which didn't have a liner.
Yeah, but they could easily roll out all the teams. Like, just do them in all the teams. You don't got to release them all at once, but
I would.
Right.
The Kansas City one would be slightly different size. Kansas.
You know what though?
Yeah.
You know what though, Maren? What they should do, honestly, with like LA, what they should have done with like someone like Kansas, a team like Kansas City or the Yankees, is take different logos. Then at that point, they don't have to be the one that was on the front of the hat. So, for example, for Kansas City, take that little Kansas City guy. You know, the corny looking little Baker looking guy or whatever the hell he is.
Mr. Royal.
Yeah, whatever the hell his name is. Put him on there, or put Mr. Met on the Mets one. Like, do something. Really cool.
Yeah, throw the kid that reaches over and steals home runs. You can put that guy on it.
You could put the Iowan that took a bath in the fountain on the front too.
Or the Jose Bautista not hitting the cutoff man.
Yeah. Or Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Or Jason peeing on a sign. Stuff like that.
I think Maren's a little perturbed because of the liner debate.
But all right, who's next? Ryan, number 5.
I got this one. This is the reason why I picked this one. This one's for Kat. This one started the whole conversation about other stores selling hats. This is the hat I wanted from Hat Club and sold out in minutes, seconds, whatever. And my friends from Locker Room got it and I purchased it. So this is I love this Angels logo.
Yeah.
I love this hat.
Worst logo
Big fan
of all
of that
time.
logo myself. I don't really care for that logo that much.
No, I feel like it's the equal ends of the spectrum. You either love it or hate it. Yeah.
No, I love that logo.
Quan's joking. He's wearing it.
Yeah, the Angels haven't really made I think to kind of piggyback, they haven't really made a logo that I don't like. That I'm a sucker for the Angels logo.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right. So now number 4.
Quan, I can't let that slide. I respect your opinion, Quan, but I absolutely, if I had to rank the Angels logos, right? I don't know. We debated this before. I think a lot of it has to do with when we grew up.
Okay.
So this has more of a connection to. That's what I found from it. Like for me, I didn't grow up in that era where the Mighty Ducks and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It just wasn't the same for me. That Disney feel.
Yeah,
I think I'm a little older, so like I think I kind of missed it, and I didn't really appreciate that logo as much. But I don't think it's ugly. I don't connect the same way.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's just missing a halo, right, Pierre? You just need to add a halo to it, and you'll like it.
All I see is Tony Danza whenever I see that logo.
Ryan, yeah, you can put it. Ron, you can put a halo on that shit, and I still won't like it. So
No.
Tony Danza was. That's see, we start talking like that, people will know how old we are.
I think so.
Talking about Tony Danza.
I know Tony Danza
in the outfield. Like, wait a minute.
Is Tony Danza still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah.
Probably somewhere. He's probably somewhere boxing someone right now, sparring. Yeah, he was a boxer. So that's how he stayed in shape.
Well,
all right.
That's useless information. Round 1.
No. Listen, I got to tell you.
Congratulations.
What you just did,
coming.
you've got me thinking now. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right.
Quan is the expert of useless trivia about.
There you go.
Cars.
Here you go.
Well, you're now the expert on hat panty liners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So back to Ryan. We're number 4.
4. This guy.
Paint the town.
What's the full name of that hat, Leon?
Yeah, you said it.
We're gonna lose our PG
in front
rating.
of my daughter.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I love
a
this
bad-
hat.
Manolo.
Badass.
I wish there was
that is a
something on the
badass
back of this hat because I wear my hat backwards. But this hat's fire. I wear this a lot. I love this one.
That's a great hat.
Great hat.
There's something about just how clean it looks with that mono A on the front, man. It's just that hat's a winner, man.
I need to get that red clay that you got. That thing. I love that one.
You're talking about
The brown.
I got two. I've got two of each of that pack, man.
Yeah, the brown with the black brim, right? Yeah.
That thing that. Well,
Red
no,
under, I think.
Navy.
Yeah.
Navy. But all right, Googaloo.
All right. Well, this is one of two hats that I actually begged for this year to make sure I got. Going with the Padres cotton candy. These were really hot. Why was it back in August or so when they dropped?
Yeah.
And I know there are other ones that a lot of people prefer, but Padres are one of the teams I collect. I really like the job that Hat Club and some of the other places have been doing with the two-tone logo, incorporating the theme of the hat into the secondary color there. This one does have a little bit of the pinked out patch. Not all of them did. So this one was really high on my list, was really excited when it came in. And I also ordered a spare on the pre-order. So hopefully we'll have that one the next month or so as well.
Cool.
Love the two-tone logo.
I really like the patch on that one. And you do an excellent job curving your hats. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been doing it for almost 40 years. So.
50.
Four hats had brims.
Yeah.
Those cotton candies were definitely those were ones that when they first came out, I wasn't so sure that I was going to like them because, there's parts of me that worry about light colored hats like that. That's just going to be a dirt magnet, and it's just the shine is just going to fade so quickly on it, but the more I looked at them and the more I saw them, the more I got sucked in by them. And then of course, like you're pointing out, Lou, those ones with the dual colored logos, just look fantastic, and it seems like we've seen that across a couple of collections, and those Padres hats just look so great when you do that two color on the logo.
Yeah, and credit to Hat Club, because really that's the first place I saw it.
Yeah. The red velvet was like the first one where I was like,
the red velvet was the original there.
Yeah. All right, Quan, number 4.
I'm going to call an audible because my number 4 got selected, but that's okay. That's why we bring backups. So my
what was number 4?
Is going to my number 4 hat was going to be this bad boy.
All right,
but this one right here, this cotton candy.
Right.
Now, I will say this: I have purchased cotton candy hats more times than I care to mention. I don't know why I keep gravitating to this combination of colors, but this specific hat just spoke to me. I mean, this logo is a logo that's getting a lot of recognition now. I mean, anybody who collects hats, we're familiar with this logo. This logo was never the premier Rockies logo, but it's a dope logo nonetheless. But I feel like this hat with this side patch and the color combination, it just set off so good for me, and I just had to get this. I think I went after this, and I think my girlfriend went after the Atlanta Braves, so we both kind of got both of the cotton candy hats that we wanted, but this one is probably my favorite.
That logo takes other colors so well. I mean, I think that's one of the great things about it is that it doesn't look like it's all that versatile, but it does come across as a lot more versatile when you see the different colors applied to it. And then that side patch just helps make everything burst. It's really good.
One thing I'll give it to Hat Club. Obviously, they do a great job with making sure that the side patch doesn't throw off the hat. How many times have we all seen a great hat where we're like, and then you see that side picture, and you're like, how would they put that patch on that hat? So I give a lot of credit to Hat Club because they do a good job at picking the right patches to go along with these logos.
Yeah, I think, I love that. I love those mountains, and I see Jim's brims in there kind of saying I'm due to yodel anytime soon, because I love that logo. I absolutely love it. It's impressive. It's a powerful logo. I just love the way it looks. And I see some folks in the comments saying things too about the side patch needs to be different. There's like 3 to choose from, guys. So let's just be honest here. And that's the best of the 3. So it's not like this is a team that's been around for 140 years. I mean, the only, my thing with the cotton candy collection, the only qualm I had about it, Quan, was the fact that I felt some of the side patches blended in too much. Northern Lights and Cotton Candy to me were the 2 collections that I liked, both of them. I, much like you, I kept gravitating towards. I only made 1 purchase though. And it was all of them. But I think the problem I had was the side patches sometimes blended in too much. That was my one thing with it. That's the one critical piece of feedback I had about it. The patch selection was fantastic. The front logos look great. The way they kind of matched things up just made a lot of sense. It was just, that was my only qualm about it.
All right, number 4, Maren.
All right, my number 4 is the Detroit.
Oh, nice choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
almost
original
brought, I almost
release.
brought that.
The OG with the white sweatband. I just really liked how the patch was done on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the pink looks really good with navy. I think
Yes.
the pink looks good with navy and royal blue, like you're saying with the Cubs hat where it pops. And this is the only hat I've won in a raffle on Justin's IG.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So it's my 4th favorite hat.
That's a great hat.
Nice hat.
I almost brought that one.
Yeah, I love what they did with the side patch on that
And
one.
I'm excited for the coked out tiger version that drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a good one too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Because
All
that's my favorite Detroit logo, the coked out tiger.
right. Can't go wrong with Coked Out Tiger. All right, Aaron, let's see number 4.
All right, number 4 for me was this Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh,
from
all the right.
Yeah,
the right.
this hat is spectacular. I mean, it's just, I mean, for me, this when you say a hat is clean, this is it for me right here. This is what what automatically pops into my head when I hear somebody say something's clean. I mean, this and the simple side patch on this is just beautiful. But man, this cardinal red undervisor is just, I mean, it just sets off with that blue. And then of course the squatchy being the same color. I love that. But
Yeah,
this hat, it just super clean. And I'm so excited that I was able to get this. My only complaint, and it's a really minor one, is the colored outline on the Batterman.
That's a no.
That is just such a crappy feature, and I don't know why shops keep doing that, but but it is what it is. We gotta live with it. But this hat is just, it's definitely one of my favorites. As soon as I was told that I needed to come up with the top 5, this one immediately sprung to mind.
Yeah, that was in my top 50, man. That was in my top 50.
Sure. Yeah, I knew for sure this was
Does it have a tonal flag? Did they tone out the flag?
Yes, it does have a tonal flag.
They just need to tone out that box.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think the hat is like, it's got these real prominent features to it. So it's got that thick embroidery on that on the Phillies P, and it's got it's got that really dark undervisor. I just like it, man. I love that hat. And All the Right has one of the most underrated collections of the year.
Yes.
Which
Agreed.
is those blackout hats.
Yes, those blackout hats are fire. Yeah.
They did them right. Rally House did them wrong. All the Right did them right. So All the Right.
That's why they did it. All the Right did it right.
No, but All the Right did it correctly. They did the squatchy, the same color as the undervisor.
Yeah.
It all tied in very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
That whole collection to me is super cool. And that was, in my opinion, Aaron, what you just showed is one of the hats of the year. It's just an incredible hat.
It's fantastic.
Mike Schmidt vibes, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Schmidt.
I have the icy blue Phillies hat, the blue one, and I thought that was going to be the last Phillies hat that I bought. And when I saw that, I think you showed it, on one of the shows, and I saw that, and I immediately went and bought it as soon as you showed it.
Well, I think what happened was I bought it while our show was airing.
Oh, okay.
So Jason Mead was put the slides together. I don't look at them before we actually watch it, right? I watched it. I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? So I went on and like while the show was going on, I bought the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say along those lines that, that one wasn't a particular one that I bought. I have a similar version that I bought about 10 years ago without the colored undervisor. And I lived in Philly for 7 years while I was in school, but I'm no big Philly fan. But this one just missed my top 5. It's in my top 10.
Hat heaven, right?
Hat heaven. I love this one. I think that maroon outlined in the white on the yellow really pops, and it's just a beautiful hat.
Is that in your top 5?
Not in the top 5. It made the top 10.
Hey. You just stop being a little overachiever, okay, Lou?
You're not getting bonus points, man.
I do want to say
I'm deducting 3 points for that.
Damn it, Lou.
A shout out to the Hat Club shipping department here. I've gotten 2 ship notices while we're on the air.
Hey,
they must have heard you.
They're working late.
Heard you. All right. I guess back to Aaron for number 3.
All right, for number 3 again. This was a hat that immediately came to mind when I was thinking of a top 5, and I went back and forth. There's one that's really close to it, but I keep coming back to this one because I just love the symmetry in the logo, and it's the Clink Room Red-winged Blackbirds. I really like logos that horizontally fill up the crown of the hat, and that's one of the reasons the Rockies logo appeals to me so much. But this one, I remember seeing the mock-up, and I was a little nervous, about what it was going to look like, whether it was going to be more of a flat patch sort of logo, or if it was going to really be embroidered. And the embroidery on this, just as everybody knows that's seen Clink Room hats, the embroidery is amazing. And this one is definitely no what's the word I'm looking for? No exception. It's just, the red in there, all around the bird. And then of course the red under just makes this hat so sharp looking. And I've never had a black hat that was just so vibrant to me. This one here really, really does the trick for me. I love this hat. And to me, this is the kind of stuff that I was hoping for when Clink Room came back. This is the kind of stuff that I thought to myself, man, I want to see something that's just going to blow me away. And sure enough, here it is. So this is my number 3 for 2020.
Yeah, Jay Matz killed it with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jay Matz, that actual design and that hat is what spurred me to ask him to help me with the Sammy hat.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's gonna be crazy when they do the X-ray. So curious to see how that one kind of comes out.
Right.
But yeah. All right, number 3, Maren.
So number 3 is a recent pickup, Black Friday purchase.
Oh, okay.
Over your head. Just the details on this and the color combination. It's unusual, that bronze threading, and I really like the baseball medal.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then the back kit. He just does such a good job. All the extras, everything. I set 4 alarms. I was getting all 4. He said he only had 1 7 of all 4 of them. So sorry to any small heads. I bet you.
That's a great color too. That green just turned out so good.
So this one turned out real nice.
Orange almost. Is it burnt orange under? I don't even know what color.
Rust.
It's like that rust.
Yeah, he called it rust. So, but this was my favorite of the 4, but I picked up all 4. So
nice. Number 3, Quan.
Number 3 for me. I'll say this before I show the hat. I was very impressed by this overall collection, but obviously we know this collection went crazy. But this is my favorite of all of them. And this is the J Tips hat, but the 99. I guess this somehow became a Black Friday hat, but this hat was the hat that I saw when J-Tips was working on his hats. Like, this is what I thought the hat was gonna be. And then it came out and I was like, okay, the Subway series, that's dope. But the 99, I just thought that, you know, I'm a sucker for this patch. I don't know what it is about this 99 World Series patch, but I think it has more to do with, like, it gives like a graffiti aesthetic. And for me, it kind of resonates with me. You know, it just looks like, you know, it looks like graffiti to me.
A lot of people really like that patch.
Yeah, I really like this hat a lot. This is my favorite J-Tips hat. And this
That patch is cooler than the Subway Series patch. So
say it again.
I think that patch is cooler than the Subway Series patch.
Yeah, I mean, I love what the Subway Series hat represents. I'm sure Lou will agree. I just love that it represents the World Series just being in New York City. I think, you know, for me being a kid in the city, that was cool. But the patch just, I don't know. It takes up a lot of real estate, and it's, to me, it doesn't always complement the hat as much as like the 2000 World Series patch does. But the 99 is just home run.
And that patch is a lot cooler to colorize.
Yeah, for sure. My two listen, I'm not you all know how much I hate the Yankees, but my two Yankees hats, my two Yankees hats of the year is that one and the Purple Kush by My Fitteds. Those two to me were the standout Yankee hats of the year.
Purple Kush one.
Cool. Number 3, Google Lou.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to call an audible because I was going to go with the original J-Tips, but which I think arguably is the hat of the summer. The way it got
Definitely,
you know, discussed and the prices on StockX.
Oh my goodness.
But just for the sake of diversity here, and I showed this one when I was on with Pierre yesterday on Instagram. This is the reverse pink lemonade from Sports World. That's also got the 99 patch, which of the Yankee World Series patches, this is my favorite patch as well. I just love how they did that with those big bold numbers like that, and
it pops on that hat too.
And it's really, you know, it's a subtle pink, but it is the same pink as the under visor of the pink lemonades, and you know, it's got the nice yellow under visor there. So really more of a spring hat, but really nice, really sharp, and I was happy to be able to grab this from their restock drop a couple weeks ago.
Dude, the St. Louis Cardinals they just released in that colorway.
Yep.
Is absolutely sick.
Yep.
Absolutely sick. They did it in two colorways. They did it in that one. They did it in the olive with the red under. They're both absolutely incredible.
Yeah. They're beautiful. Right. I have them both sitting in my cart, but I'm trying to.
I have them both sitting on my table. I have both of them sitting on my table, Lou.
I love that Pierre doesn't even try to like remotely give off the impression that I'm gonna have any restraint. I love that. Like, I love it. You know what?
I want to see some different pictures of that close up because I'm about to buy it. Can you send me some pictures later? The pink one.
I'll do it in the morning when the lighting's right.
Okay.
Thanks. Why don't you show it now?
I did. I can go downstairs and grab it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Hold on.
No, that's okay.
Grab it. You guys don't believe I have it, so I'll go prove.
No, we believe you.
Nobody doesn't believe you don't have it. You have every single hat ever.
Right.
Of course you have
Oh
it.
man.
Which hat is this? The Cardinals hat?
The pink and yellow Cardinals.
Yeah, the pink and yellow.
You know, I really don't know how Pierre does it, because I tell you, when I go on these sprees and I get like 10, 15 hats coming in a week, I'm like, my God, what am I doing? What am I going to do with all of these hats? And for him, that's just like a normal week, if not a normal day.
Yeah.
That's a Tuesday.
Right. Yeah. I got like 200 hats sitting over there. I don't even have room.
Okay.
For
so all right. So in this, so it's time for a little intermission. Okay.
Yeah, we're about halfway through anyway.
Cardinals, olive with red.
That's a great one.
That's the one I want. That's the one I'm getting. Oh,
hold on. There's more Sports World magic.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Look at this thing.
That is nice.
Store of the year, Sports World.
Yeah, they just dropped that one online right now.
Sports World is just
Sports
World is just clamoring for attention right now, man. I mean, the work
really
they're doing is just unbelievable.
They've got my attention.
Yeah, they do.
What about
man.
did you get the Milwaukee with the navy blue underbrim?
Did he get the Milwaukee with the Navy?
Of course,
I
you
don't-
got the Milwaukee.
I don't know. Let's see if we're gonna get there. This was.
Whoa! Stop!
I'll show you that.
Little
No,
floral
no, no.
under.
I don't want to show anybody. Yeah, I'm gonna post some good pictures. You see that right there? A little cut.
Oh,
We got a little mint chocolate chip Diamondbacks.
oh man,
Wow.
that's crazy.
And I was
Oh.
just telling myself I got to slow
Is that-
down on the
is that
Diamondback
infrared?
hats, but
Was that
That was
infrared,
infrared?
on that White Sox?
That's all I'm gonna show you for now.
That sock top was black and infrared.
Yeah.
That can't. Is
man.
it infrared? Just answer the
might
damn
not-
question.
I'm
Yes,
not
it
really
was.
sure.
It was.
What's infrared?
Yeah.
Lava ray.
man,
Listen,
quite
though,
a-
the winner. Listen, the winners of the bunch, right, guys? I'll tell you, these Cardinal ones are sick. First of all, look at this, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Mm.
that's badass.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Now the pink one isn't going to look as good right now to you guys here, but wait till you see it in hand. If you do end up picking it up, it's that beautiful light pink. And I know it seems like not a lot, right? But when you look at this hat and you have it in hand, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that.
It's a much nicer color in person than it comes
Yeah.
across.
It's really
right.
Yeah.
nice.
And the bat and stuff has got like that kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like a what do you call that, Leon? That thread? You know what I'm talking about.
Metallic?
Metallic. Sorry, yeah. I forgot the word I was looking for there. Metallic.
I'll translate.
All right, so that was your interlude.
Damn.
that was quite a flex.
Not bad. Not bad.
That was a super flex.
Yeah, it was.
Did we do Googaloo number 3? Did Googaloo do his number 3?
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
we just
All
did.
right.
That's
So
what
number 3.
There you
That's
go.
what
Ryan.
that's what spurred on the sports world
Yeah.
intermission.
Right.
Hey, Lou, I didn't forget your number 3. I thought it was great. Leon fell asleep, but
No, it's because Quan left and he messed up the order.
oh, that's what happened.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's all good.
No,
It's all right, Quan. We like seeing you in that Dodgers uniform.
My girlfriend was going to work. She's like standing in front of the door. I'm like, you can open the door. She's like,
All right, my number 3 is
Pairing.
Keith Haring. I call it the Keith Haring timeline.
Yes,
I'll do my best to spin this thing around, but
that hat's
this
awesome.
is Japan exclusive. This is
volume. Oh,
this
man.
is this is
That
fire.
hat's
It's,
sad too.
That is
yeah.
beyond fun.
Leon's favorite herring hat this year was a dog hump hat.
The doggy style. Snoop
yeah, I
Dogg.
got that.
Animal expert.
It's too funny.
What's that?
That's
Leon.
a great.
No, but that hat's a great hat, and I've always liked Keith Haring's art, but when I saw those hats come through from Japan, I was just like, oh man, that's good stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah. The
Yeah, I
single
love that
logo
one.
ones weren't as good. I feel like.
That thing is
They weren't as
impressive, though,
fun.
right?
They
I
weren't as-
remember the first Keith Haring hat I saw was a custom one that Leon had. Remember, Leon? I messaged you and I was like, "Where'd you get that?" You're like, "Custom," and no other answer. Like, I can help you get one. It's like, screw off.
I've got it in Boston in the Mets.
Yeah, I know. We know, bro.
We'll work something out off air.
You can
We'll
have
work
one for
something
$600.
Yeah, if my head was as small as yours, that'd be fine.
out. But all right.
All right, number
so
2.
Back to number 2. Ryan.
Another Japan exclusive. This is how the timeline should have been done by Hat Club.
Oh man,
Oh man, that's nice.
All the way around, huh?
Yeah.
All
Ryan,
six
that
handles.
is
Oh, that's
crazy.
great.
That is crazy.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was
That
it.
is-
Those
that's
two
nuts.
hats. Those two hats you just showed were both in my top 50 this year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's got that
Oh.
my favorite patch right on the front, the 75th World Series. I love that.
Yeah, it's a World Series you guys lost, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish you beat the shit out of the Yankees. I mean, any chance? I wish that was a year that you guys won.
I was just about to say your team won, right?
I'm not in it yet. Oh, yeah, they certainly did.
My life got so much easier when I stopped taking sports so serious. I went to the Jeter farewell game in Fenway. Everybody was being so nice. We were like,
What's
this is
going
something. After today, this is gonna end. this pleasantry is gonna end after today.
You know what though? I think that whole rivalry's balanced out now though. It's not as like evil as it once was. I mean, it used to be evil. Like,
and I'm gonna be honest, even being a Yankees fan, it's fun to see real competition. Like for how many years, if you were from New York and you were a Yankees fan, it was just like talk bad about the Red Sox. But it's like Fever Pitch. I love that movie. I'm sorry, I was happy for the movie. Like I was happy in real life. I know how it made me feel in reality.
Quan, you know what I just realized? Fever Pitch is the movies. What that Angels logo you're wearing is the logos in baseball. It's almost like, you know what I mean? It's like they got a similar feel.
No, definitely.
Quan is a huge Drew Barrymore fan, so just lay off. Okay?
The cat is out the bag.
So Quan, when did your crush on Drew Barrymore originate? Like ET?
ET, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say ET. I would say
Firestarter.
I would say Charlie's Angels. That got a little out of hand, and then the Tom Green connection kind of ruined it for me, so I had to step back a little.
Yeah. Did you know that Leon has a crush on all 4 Golden Girls?
Oh, no.
Yes, we know that. I thought all Canadians did.
No.
Leon's got a weird thing for old ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
Googaloo number 2.
Yeah.
He's got a
Let's get back on the rails.
Golden Girls custom.
Right.
Leon's got a Golden Girls custom.
Look at him
with wallpaper.
He's blushing.
All right. So number 2 is to be a little, probably a little bit of a surprise, but to put it in context, I've been very disappointed, being a Mets fan, that in all these special collections this year, the Mets just get a plain white logo on the front of their hat. And
we know.
The only one that didn't is when they do the Mets black hat from 2000, they use the drop shadow logo that went with that hat. But on any special color hat, the Mets get a white logo, and the Mets don't have a white logo, right? It looks fine for the Yankees or the Dodgers or the Phillies because that's what they have anyway. So when I saw this a few weeks ago, I immediately fell in love. It's Subway Series. It's kind of the holiday themed colors, and they took the logo from the hybrid hat. And instead of blue outlined in orange, it's white outlined in green.
That's
and
nice.
Then similarly, about 2 weeks later, the hat that I'm wearing dropped, and it's got the drop shadow logo again made in the colors of the hat. And this one is kind of the watermelon colors, right? It's the dark green with the red under. So these 2 I really love. I made them both pop a little more by doing a squatchy flip. They both came with the same color as the hat. I think it looks a little better with the contrast. So
for sure,
this exclusive fitted special, and I know you guys rag on them just about every week, but these 2 hats from them I really like. But I'm going with this red one here as my number 2 for the year.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I just want to make sure that Leon, I'll speak on behalf of the Views from the Vault crew. They've earned that ragging.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy you're pleased with their little Christmas hats.
There you go. Are you getting like fabric to do the swaps, or are you just finding green?
No, he swapped it from the other hat.
I just have no. These aren't from each other. I just have so many hats that I have enough that I could do it. Sometimes I actually have to do a 3-hat swap so that the colors match. But I just use other hats I have. And
remember, he's been collecting for like 75 years, so he's got hats galore laying around.
Yeah, and a 4-hat swap. A 4-hat swap is like Leon's dream with the Golden Girls.
I mean, I have.
What they call it, a 4-hat swap?
I have close to 500 hats just in this room that I'm sitting in here.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got about 4,000 in here, Lou. Let's move on.
I can't compete with you. No one's competing.
Nah,
with you.
man. I'm just fucking with you. There's only
Lou,
3,000.
Did you get a chance to see those Vault Mets hats that Sneaker Room did?
Mm-hmm.
They did like
I-
they did like the Mets.
Yeah, I saw them. So I
put, like,
tried to
vault.
order the first one, you know, the black with the blue
Yeah.
brim,
Mhm.
and you know, they printed a shipping label within 10 minutes of me ordering the hat, and then a week later it still wasn't in the UPS system, and after calling them out on Instagram, they finally told me that they mailed mine to somebody else by mistake, so they didn't have the size anymore.
So the
And then
guy in
after
Jersey
that-
didn't get the hat from the Jersey store.
Right.
Wow, this is crazy.
And then after that, they dropped 2 others, but I just kind of had a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
and
I get that. I get that.
the Volt green
It's not
with the
Volt.
Met
Hold on.
colors.
First of all, I don't think it's Volt. Isn't it Kiwi?
That's what they
Well,
call it.
they did
The
they did
current
more
one
than
is
one.
Kiwi.
Yeah,
Volt,
they did more than
Volt.
one.
Volt, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know, but they call. Let's be respectful of their
Disrespect to
Don't put some respect on their name, Luke.
Well, their current one that they have out is Kiwi. The first 2 Met ones they put out, I think, were called Volt.
Oh, were they? All right.
Volt. Yeah, they were Volt. Yep.
They had a
But I
really
really
Pantone appropriate.
and really, you know, Pierre, Leon, and Jason let them have it over that one that I ended up not getting too. I think it was voted the ugliest hat of the week that week.
No, I didn't vote. Did I vote that? That sounds like something Leon did.
I don't remember ever crowning any hats ugliest of the week, but
No,
might
we
have-
called the
call it-
ugliest hats of the year.
It's called
Top
the
row, though.
no. It's no.
Oh, the Weepers.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's the Weepers.
You
We
weren't
call
even
it-
doing the Weepers yet, but you guys definitely called that hat out. I know Jason particularly hated it.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. It's just a regular two-tone Mets hat, and they slap a Volt green under.
Yeah, you're right.
on
No,
it.
you're right, Jason. That hat was. It made no sense. There was no tie-in to the Volt
No.
anywhere. I
No.
remember now. At
So,
least
so
the
they did me a favor because with their shipping
Right.
fees, it was going to cost me $62, and that's definitely not a $62 hat.
Yeah.
All right. Quan with number 2.
Number 2 for me is a hat that was given to me for my birthday this year. It was a hat that I thought I wasn't gonna get, and then I wound up getting it for my birthday. So
That's a score.
cool.
Hey, Quan, before you show it, can you do
Oh.
us a favor? Can you take us on some wild ass journey about a hat that's not related to this one, like Lou did?
Sure. In 1978, before I was born. No, I'm just kidding. But this hat, this hat, right? I mean, for me, the Expos logo is just it's just
Yes.
a classic.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
You know, it's a classic logo. Like if you're a collector and you go back to your childhood with baseball, this logo it just means something. Like I remember my brother seeing, he's like, "What is that? LB? What team is that?" I'm like,
Listen, if I have one more person in my Instagram DMs called it the JB hat, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
The JB hat.
I corrected this guy, right? Quan, I said, listen, it's not JB, it's Montreal. He said, oh, where I'm from, we call it JB. I'm like, all right, where you're from, are there a bunch of other idiots like you? I mean, like, this is like
Where I'm from, they call it JB.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay.
Where you're from? What is this, the land of fucking idiots? Like, what do you mean JB? It's an M.
But this hat, I mean, the side patch, I just like this hat, and then I think
Yeah, I
the,
love
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
the icy bottom, it just
Yes.
popped. Just
Yeah, the
popped.
icy.
I mean, I tried to get Justin to do this hat in a pinky, and he
You
is
don't like red
very
and
much
pink.
against red pinky.
He hates red
Right,
pinkies.
So that's the kind of give you a side story. That's why I bought this hat, because John actually designed this hat. Justin had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I have the Finky
I was like,
version
I
of
need
that.
a red pinky. It's like I had to wait for John.
I have to agree with Justin on that. Like the red and the pink doesn't really go that well.
I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
I
It
didn't
doesn't.
think I didn't think it did, but that Angels hat, I like that Angels
Yeah.
hat.
Mm-hmm.
This one came out pretty good, but I think it's definitely not a color combination that should just be thrown on every red hat.
No, you couldn't do every team. Yeah.
But
I
think
I feel compelled to say as a history lesson, while I'd never heard it called the
Oh.
JB hat, within the logo, it is ELB,
Yeah.
which is intentional. And it's
Expos
like Expos Lay Baseball.
Yep.
And it's also the initials of the initial owner, Edgar Bronfman.
Wow.
Somebody just
Thank you,
Googled
thank you, Professor.
This
Yep.
is
Go.
now
Google
Now
Lou.
we know why we call him Google Lou.
Right.
Yep,
Now
now
it's clear.
you've just figured out exactly why.
If you
Call
guys
him that.
if you guys remember like Saved by the Bell on Saturday mornings when they
Of
did
course.
those The More You Know NBC commercials,
Yep.
you just see that logo to just go.
The more you know.
Just more you notice.
While we all were in love with Kelly, Leon was in love with the Golden Girls. Let's just kind of put the dichotomy of all of us.
Oh my
Yeah.
He's
god.
blushing again. Come on.
All right.
He's
Number
moving
2,
on.
Maren.
She's still there?
Maren's
Yeah.
Maren's mad at me.
I just decided to. I had a friend text me they needed something, so I was trying.
Oh,
Sorry.
Dessert.
So this is my number 2
I love
because
that hat.
I collect MILB. I particularly like minor league teams that incorporate their parent club because it helps us gauge which parent club they're associated with at the time, which is always an adventure. I particularly like this one because of the stitching, the color transition. It's
Yeah,
well
that
done.
gradient's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the transition is nice. And my minor league collection took off when I decided I wanted to spell my name in hats. And so, but now I'm trying to get the whole alphabet. So I just need X. And there aren't any minor
did-
X teams, so you have to go to Negro leagues.
I didn't know Maren was spelled with an O. But
They
no.
expanded beyond that, and I can spell my full name, but it's I have the whole alphabet now except X.
The other thing I love about that hat is the Tampa Bay Rays actually wore that hat after the Pulse nightclub shooting.
And that's why
Oh, that's cool.
That's dope.
So yeah.
That two-tone's a really good look too.
Yeah.
They did a great job with that. And remember the Durham Bulls? They had the that Rays kind of tie-in. That was a nice hat too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
Right.
choice. Good choice.
Aaron, number 2.
All right, number 2. So for number 2 for me, this one goes back pretty deep in the year, and there's a couple of iterations of this now that have since come out, but this original one is one of my absolute favorite logos by this designer, the Flying Devil by Chimuko. The colorway on this is just so vibrant, and I mean, that's not always what I look for, but that helps. And there's just something about this logo. I personally think this is the best, one of his best logos, if not his best logo. And I love how it's translated into the other colorways.
Yeah.
But for me, this is the best one. The original, the blue. I mean, this was probably one of my early hats before they were even called the Design Collective. It was one of those things where I was branching away from sports hats and getting into more custom designs like this, and this one just really does it for me. A simple gray under, but the colors on this are just gorgeous, and I love this hat. This will always be one of my top hats in my entire collection for sure.
I loved all 3 colorways. You picked a great one. I love the yellow as well, and I also like that one that has the fire and brimstone underbrim.
That one's awesome. Yeah. But the blue one just always gets me, and again, like I was talking about before with the Philly hat and the Red Wing Blackbird, as soon as I thought top 5, this was one of the ones that instantly popped into my head. I knew for sure this was going to be high on the list as well.
I'm impressed with it. I'm impressed with that hat, and the outline around that flying devil head is pretty is pretty cool. It sets it off.
Yep, and I love the motion that he gave it. With the lines coming off it. It's just everything about it. And it's not that intricate. I mean, of a logo, but it just everything about it. From the motion lines to the color of the eyes. I mean, just it's
the only thing that stopped Chimuko all year, the only thing that stopped Efra all year was a poor choice in colorways in his last few releases. And I don't want to listen. I'm rarely critical of Efra because he does outstanding stuff. I mean, incredible stuff. The only thing holding him back, I think, this year was a couple of poor colorway choices towards the end.
I'm a big fan of his work, and this hat's what really put me onto him really hard. But I've just, been following his releases for a long time and really enjoy the work that he does. There's very few things that he's done that I just didn't care for.
And Plucky Kong, his Clink Room release, Plucky Kong was outstanding. Outstanding.
Yep. So that's a good one. That's my number 2.
Stuff. And then we're gonna snake back Aaron number 1. Let's see your hat of the year.
All right. So for me, my number 1 is the hat that I pulled from New Era Japan. This one's supremely different from any hat in the rest of my collection. It's definitely one of my top pieces. You bear with me here. This is I don't know what they called this, but this is by the design collective called Hitozuki, and it's a New Era Japan exclusive. And the pair, it's a design pair. They're street artists, and they do murals in this style, and all of their painting is all freehand, but they're huge murals. So It's work of this level of detail, but all done freehand with no patterns or anything. They just create them as they go. And when I saw this on a hat, I had to have it immediately. This embroidery work too. I mean, and this is all, all embroidery work.
Yeah, it's
all of it is embroidery work. And I had to go a size up on it. It wasn't available in my size, but I went a size up. No complaints. I mean, it still fits well. But more
you have to go a size up with those, man.
Yes, right, because it just makes it tighter with all that extra. Or at least for me, it
does.
Two
two times you have to go up a size: wool and all around embroidery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one's definitely hat of the year for me, and it's definitely going to stay in the top of my collection for a really long time. Probably one of those things that I'll maybe wear once or twice, because it's just such a great hat. They had done one. There was another one that was released at the same time, and the only difference was that it didn't have this red ribbon. That ribbon was like a lighter blue color, and it really, to me, the red just made a huge difference on the way this hat comes across. So it's just beautiful. And I mean, when I first got it, I just sat there and just really looked it over for a good 10 or 15 minutes, because it was just there's so much to it, and it's just such great color, and it looks fantastic in the sun.
Man,
it really
great.
flashes.
That's an absolutely great choice, Aaron.
Thank you.
You had a really diverse top 5.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing today. And listen, that's an incredible number 1.
Thank you.
Hey, Lou, you're going to have to send Aaron some of those white gloves that you use to handle your suitcase hats for that hat there.
Yes.
It's a nice
Thank
hat,
you.
Aaron.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Maren, top hat.
My top hat is from the Clink Room.
Ooh.
Their Weather League.
A lot of people slept on this.
I don't know how.
Not me.
It's the best stitching I can imagine, particularly given the circumstances under which they were producing it. It turned out great. So, yeah, it's my favorite.
Maren, when we had Casey on the show, and he talked about how embroidery can be used to create depth and feel to a logo and shadows and whatnot. This hat to me was the best example of that from the Clink Room so far.
The shading on that, unbelievable.
I think it's incredible. You can see the muscle. You can almost see the muscle in the rhino, like the way they did it. I will say I disagree with this. I think Red Wing Blackbirds was slightly better this year. That's my opinion, but that hat is an incredible hat, and I think a very worthy number 1, Maren.
Yeah,
thanks for sharing your list today. Thank you for sharing your list today too. I think, much like everybody else, incredibly diverse and some really good choices. Thank you.
Not a Royals one in the bunch.
I haven't. The Royals ones I really like haven't landed. I had to pre-order a couple of them. So
cool. All right, Quan, number 1.
Right, guys. So I talked a lot about things that I like in hats, and my number 1 hat is, I guess I have a little bit of a backstory. Leon knows this. This hat was designed by somebody who I actually brought to Hat Club and said, hey, This guy is super dope. I mean, his sense of style is crazy. You guys already have a relationship with him. You need to let him design some hats because he's really that dude. And that's my boy Manolo Prado. And I feel like this hat right here, he knocked this hat out of the park. And for me, it was his story behind it. And I think he didn't really get an opportunity to kind of explain aesthetically what drove him to use these colors on these hats, because he definitely has a story behind it. And as I said, you guys know I'm a sucker for the 99 patch. The 99 Atlanta Braves patch is not usually, you don't see that hat that much because, I mean,
It's a loser.
you know why you know why you don't see it, but I feel like he did a really, really good job with this. And I love this hat. And I remember being on FaceTime during the design process of this hat and just everything that he was saying about, kind of tying in like the kid who plays baseball outside and their hat gets dirty from playing. So he wanted the brown to kind of represent that. And I just felt like it was just a really, really cool story to tell. And I think it got executed really well on this hat. And this is my favorite hat that
I love that. Out of his
the one I want.
5-pack, that's the one I really wanted. I got carjacked on that one.
Me too.
But I think that's a great hat. And I'm no Brave fan. The only Brave hats I usually get are with the Hank Aaron small A logo, especially being a Mets fan and how much they've tortured them over the last 25 years. But that's a beautiful hat.
Well, really, it was Chipper Jones that did all that damage.
Yeah.
To the Mets, but
in my opinion, that's Manolo's had the collection of the year.
I believe so. And I knew it, no disrespect to any of the other people who did, collections and collabs or hat club, but I knew when I was telling them to do this with him, I was like, this dude he's gonna knock this out the park, and he definitely did.
Man, you know what? I love Atlanta hip hop. I love like 112 room, 112, Bad Boy. I loved all that stuff. So I just got to feel like I was telling Leon this before. His collection, I felt like it was directly connected to Atlanta, and you
Absolutely.
feel it. Like sometimes you'll get these things like the offset ones. They feel that they're cool, but you don't feel that same vibe. You feel like fast food kind of collab when you're thinking about the offset collaboration. But when it comes to Manolo, you felt like there was a deep connection to Atlanta, and everything had a connection to the city and the culture. That's the kind of stuff that I think is really cool. And I appreciate you too, Quan, kind of sharing your top 5. And I got to say, for really bold, man, considering you're deeply entrenched in that in Hat Club and a lot of folks that work for Hat Club, and you still managed to say, hey, you know what? There's other stuff out there that I like as well. So
absolutely. I mean, I'm a realist. We love hats. We collect hats, and we all have 8 French fries. People might say, hey, McDonald's makes the best French fries, but it's not like you never have French fries.
Yeah, there's millions of people in this world, man. There's plenty of people to give their money to Hat Club and everybody else. So, if you like something, just get what you like. That's kind of how.
And Hat Club is doing okay. I won't say without the support of any of us, because I think without Pierre's support, Hat Club may feel a little differently. I think if he removes his support, I think they would notice, but they're doing all right. They'll be okay with me buying hats from somewhere else.
Yeah. And we got a
Quan, what size hat is that?
This is a 7 7/8. I am a Mastodon size fitted. So you guys ever see something and you say, I don't know if a caveman, a Cro-Magnon man can fit this hat. Quan can fit it if it's a 7 7.
Okay.
Quan, have you ever seen me wear an 8? Every now and then I love to wear one of Leon's hats just for the fuck of it. So hold on, you guys can continue. I'm gonna go get one of Leon's hats.
Quan, the reason why I asked is because I figured you doubled up on that, and I was gonna say I need one. So
no, I didn't even get to double up on this, but I've been hearing that this hat may reappear.
You gotta get someone to line up for you. You gotta get someone to line up for you.
Will you line up for me?
It'll get to you. Let's say that. It'll get to you.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And we got to make sure we plug Jason's show because he actually did behind the logo with Manolo, and they went through all
that was
the,
really I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
That was a lot of
He's got the size eight on.
So there's Leon's hat.
That's a great hat.
That's a great hat. Yeah.
That's a
He
great
picked,
hat.
he picked a good one.
So
Over here.
TJ and I are Leon's proxy. So we're kind of his holding cell for the hats. And if I'm ever looking to feel little, now I'm not small. I'm 6'1". I weigh like 220, but I don't have a melon the size of Leon. Like, look.
Yeah. You look like Rick Moranis in Spaceballs.
You guys remember the baseball player Juan Pierre?
There are some dudes that wear their hats like this though. Like it's like
still.
Yeah.
Still.
Juan Pierre. Remember Juan Pierre? He had the world's smallest head baseball player.
Did he?
Yeah, I think his they made a website called Juan Pierre's Head or something like that. It was just like all pictures of him wearing giant hats. He just had a small head.
Well, and then you had Bruce Bochy, right, who wore like a 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5, really? Oh my God.
Leon, that's an idea for a custom for you. You gotta make let the Schwartz be with you hat.
Yeah.
Instead of Rick Moranis, it has to be
only
Pierre with
sell size
a
9.
hat that's too big in a Darth Vader suit. That would be so dope.
Honey, who shrunk his head?
There you go.
That would be dope.
Oh man.
All right, Googaloo, number one hat.
Okay, so this one, this is another one I begged and called in a favor because when I saw it, I immediately knew I had to have it. And I've taken plenty of L's on Hat Club drops this year, but
we've heard about him, Lou.
Yeah.
Heard about him.
The internet knows, Lou.
There's two things we've heard about, Lou. A poorly executed Mets hat. We know everyone that's on your fucking list. And how many L's you've taken from Hat Club, man. Those are two things. You made them abundantly clear.
Pierre, don't forget, he doesn't like the double up from My Fitteds.
No, I know.
He made that clear.
Him and that guy from Instagram. That's his name is. If it's not Hat Club, it's a
dub.
Well, look, those would be fantastic if it's one on each side, but I think
that's what I said.
Patch on the back.
Okay, all right, Lou. Let me ask you a question, Lou. What's on the left side? What's on the left side of the hat? On your left ear, above your left. I'm sorry, above you. Yeah, above your left ear. What's on that side?
It's the stupid tonal New Era logo that you don't see anyway.
All right. Well, I guess
hey,
Google Lou. I guess you just uncovered why.
I know. I didn't say I don't know why. I said New Era with these ridiculous.
You're right. 100%.
Ruin potential good hat design.
Yeah, it's like I mean,
there's no reason this should have to be on every hat. And they allow you to tonal it out so you don't see it anyway. So
hey,
Leon, they're just idiots about it.
Leon and Jason, we were recruiting people for like a bitch segment, like bitching and moaning.
Yeah,
we found him.
Well, I know.
We found our guy. Yeah. We didn't even have him in our list. Like, what were we thinking?
Yeah. Really.
We'll do it.
But my number one hat of the year is the
nice
Padres All-Star Game.
This is a sneaker.
Yeah. In addition to Mets and Yankees, the other two teams I collect are the Padres and the Tigers, and especially anything Padres brown. And this is just beautiful. I mean, the Astros one is nice too, but I just have a real distaste for the Astros after the whole trash can stuff.
Because the other teams never.
What happened with the trash can?
They cheated in the World Series.
He knows.
How did that happen?
Okay, Lou is about to Google some shit on you.
Somebody cheated in baseball? No way.
But this is just a beautiful hat. It's not too flashy. It's a little.
No, it's a great hat.
It's great.
But really nice colors. This is easily my number one of the year. I knew it would be back in July or whatever it was when I first saw it.
Lou, I would have guessed that was your number one. I really would have, because you and I have had a lot of discussions, and I remember your how much you liked the fact that it was in my top 50, and you and I talked about this, I think, off to the side a little bit about that, how much you love that hat. So Nice choice, Lou. Nice
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. And
Lou,
if you like,
can we give Lou a special award for tonight though?
what's the award?
The Magical Journey Award.
There you
So if you think about the game Candyland, right? That's basically I think analogous to the journey that Lou brought us on. He was like a game of Candyland. We went all kinds of chutes and ladders, all kinds of shit going on. It was
I
impressive.
call it the internet rabbit hole. You just Google something, click on a
The
link.
more
and
you
just
know,
Steve,
starring Google Lou.
keep clicking links. And
Lou, I'm busting your chops, but I always love having you on, man. Thanks so much for sharing, man. Great list, and I love your number one. I love it.
Thanks. It's
And if
always fun.
Yeah. If you guys like the brown and pink, Quan worked on a couple of those. So keep
Coming soon.
Keep an eye out for those.
Yeah,
brown and pink.
Brown and pink with a little bit of teal mixed in there. So don't stone me if you guys hate them. I try.
Yeah.
No, man. We won't. We'll leave that to Google Lou, man. He's the one. No, we'll leave that to like the what's that other one? If it's not a Hack Club, it's a dub.
The dub, yeah.
I don't trust nobody that follows 27 people and has one follower.
Now, Lou, I will say this because I want us to maintain our friendship. I don't think I did a Mets hat, but I did a New York Giants hat. I did a New York Giants hat. So if you don't want to support the Yankees, you did the New York Giants.
As long as the logo isn't white, Google Lou will be okay.
This is what I'm doing. All right, I'm doing a double up with a white Mets logo, and I'm going to send it over to Lou's house.
Oh.
It's going to be.
You have to put a GoPro. You have to put a GoPro in the box so when he opens it, you see his reaction.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
only
going to be It's going to be hand delivered by a regiment of Red Sox Hall of Famers.
Look, I know Justin says all the time the Mets don't sell well, and I'll say part of it could just be the execution of the hat. This should have been the watermelon.
Shots fired.
Oh shit! Yeah. Someone just got all his orders canceled.
But I'll agree. I'll agree because the Mets. I've seen a lot of good Mets hats.
I'm sure he's going to work really hard on those Mets hats for you now.
Yeah,
I got my buddy at Exclusive Fitteds doing it.
Yeah, but isn't Justin a Mets fan? No, he's a Pirates fan.
No,
Pirates fan.
No, Justin is a Pirates fan.
Yeah. Pirates fan. That's right. That's right.
Well, you were talking about all those losses you're taking on the Hat Club. Never expect another win.
Yeah.
And even if you do get through, it's canceled.
Nah, you know what? Listen, we got to get to a place though where critical feedback is allowed. So I think I think like we've talked a lot about like what's great and whatnot, but I think every now and then I think even the most successful creators need to hear what needs to be done differently or better. So I think anybody who's not accepting critical feedback is just missing an opportunity to win.
I'll say I've chatted with John a few times, and he's promised me that there will be some other stuff coming down the road more to my liking, hopefully.
I wonder how long it took him to mute. We just lost somebody.
Aaron, we lost Aaron.
Aaron was like, "Fuck this conversation."
I can't take it anymore. I'm out of here.
He's like he's like Nick at Night is on, so I gotta go.
He's in California, so maybe they got a brownout. He lost internet or something.
Oh. Well, listen. Did we get through everybody's number ones?
Ryan.
Oh shit!
That should be a good one.
Wow.
Making them wait forever.
Poor Ryan.
This was tough. This was tough for me because I got so many Japan exclusives this year, and Mastermind Japan. I got so many. This was tough for me, but one of my favorite hats when I was a kid was the MLB hat that had all the logos on it. This was like in the 90s. And so
I think I know where this is going.
So this is this boy right here.
Yeah.
This is I got this one in the black, and man, this is my number one of the year.
This is like the anti Jason Mead hat. Like this is literally like if there was a kryptonite for Jason Mead, this would be the hat. It's got like a really big like hype beast brand on the front. It's got patches almost everywhere. You can't see it. Ryan, not only did you select a solid number one, but I love the way you've made Jason Cat Crawler skin. His skin is crawling.
Yeah.
Skin crawler.
Look at this guy. He's got hives breaking out and shit. He needs to go.
He's like, oh my god.
Yeah, he needs to go get. He needs to go take an oatmeal
He
bath.
can't even look at the camera. He's like, this is ridiculous.
He's got
And there's-
more patch hats than most people now. I just saw that.
Yeah,
last
he's
night.
the Prince of Patches now.
Dude, he's on the Prince of Patches. This dude is like on a tirade, like a patch tirade now. It's like every day he showed me another. He's like, Pierre, you see which one I got now? I'm like, holy shit, man! Like, slow
He's
down.
the Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta say, guys, this was
Jason's
good.
ready
Man.
to leave too. He's like, in this.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Nah, Jason's fine, man.
He's
Jason's a tough son of a gun, man. He can take just about anything. This guy, look at him. He saw all kinds of side patches and shit today. That's a
Matter of fact, Ryan, I got something to show you. Hold on 1 second.
Well, that's sexy. Is that what you're showing us?
He knows I like the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. Like, let's
Yeah.
just keep piling on poor Jason Mead.
All right. Bring it on.
What's funny is no one can see Quan's profile picture on YouTube.
No, what do they see?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like
in
a
the
black
stream.
box.
Oh, no.
Oh, he just disappears.
Well, I reappear.
There he is.
So
Magic.
I didn't
Like a
want to
different
leave
room,
you in the
too.
fire by yourself. So if they could criticize that, they'll definitely criticize this bad boy.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
I collect
Oh,
ridiculous things.
oh
I
yeah.
collect ridiculous things.
Listen, I want
Quan, when
to
you
see. I want to
grow out
see
of that,
Jason.
let me know.
I want to see Jason Mead in that and that Supreme cap.
No, dude. It's got to be a blue jean jacket with all those patches on it.
A pair. Remember, you guys
Yeah.
remember those? You remember those pants back in the day called Z Cavaricis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to see Jason Mead in a pair of Z Cavaricis, a pair of Feelers.
Oh, I had
Yeah.
some feelers.
No, the real thick, chunky ones.
He's
Yeah.
setting you down a dark path.
I used to work at Foot Locker when I was in high school. So
No,
I
but
had
to top it off, I want you to spray on some CK1.
Oh no.
No,
Or
Fahrenheit.
or Versace
whatever,
blue
Fahrenheit.
jeans.
Why not Dracar?
Oh, Versace. Oh, Dracar. How about
Yeah.
High Karate? That's like real old school. Or if you really want to get nostalgic, Brute Cologne.
That's even older than me.
You know when Jason's uncomfortable with a conversation, he's looking down and pretending like he's writing something.
He doesn't know how to write.
I
so
doodle
we know
a
he's
lot.
not.
Like he's
I
like,
doodle a lot.
no, he's writing. He's like, fuck you, Pierre.
That's what the inside of this list is. It's just all. Mike.
Listen, this was a good time, right, guys?
Yeah, it was fun.
This is fun.
It's fun.
This is really fun.
I'm glad
And,
you had
know,
fun, Pierre.
And you know what the most positive thing was is that Maren wasn't abducted during the filming of this.
I was not.
But
Yeah. But we're gonna do a similar style show.
Walking to my car, however, but hopefully my
Yeah.
friend has left the area.
There you go. But we're gonna do a similar style show like this next week, and it's gonna be of all the worst trends of the year. So
And
we'll-
Google Lou
I
just
gotta-
made the list.
yeah,
He's
sure.
definitely coming back.
yeah.
We'll make
So can
sure-
we add this, Jason? Can we add this like just bringing up a completely unrelated hat topic and going down this 20-minute diatribe while everyone else is uncomfortably listening? That could be like one of the
Yeah, that's definitely one of the trends we need to.
trends of the
Yeah.
year.
Can I show you guys an honorable mention hat that I just
Oh,
couldn't
Yeah,
Love to see
yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
Oh,
one,
there's
just
Louis,
one.
Louis Vuitton.
and it's
The
also
Louis
Rave's
Vuitton.
hat. I wear this hat
oh, I love that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
so much. I love this hat so
That's
much.
the pink bottom one, though, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah.
I
All right,
love
'cause
this hat.
There's a non-pink bottom one too.
Yeah, this hat, when I saw it, and I didn't know that the outline of the peach was gonna be like that bright
Yeah.
pink like that. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's sweet. My
Yeah.
honorable mention is the one I'm wearing. This one, this is my hat. I wear this all the time. I love this hat. Sports World Astros.
Yep,
Nice.
very cool.
Lou had like 27 honorable mentions, so we don't have time anymore.
Lou's sitting on his honorable mentions. They're holding him up.
Yeah. He's on a pile of honorable mentions.
Well, there's a huge stack right next to me.
He's sitting on
Maren
a
is like,
Oh, Maren
he's,
came prepared.
he's sitting on a throne of complaints and honorable mentions.
I
oh
will.
my goodness.
Oh, look at this shit.
Okay, Lou.
All right, Lou. Looks like, do you use a folding board for those shirts, Lou?
That's
What?
Those are like
No, those are just folded by hand.
Oh, wow.
stockroom level folds.
Yeah, you look like you should be working at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Or Gap.
Those have been sitting there since I got back from my last business trip last early March.
Jesus.
Put some stuff away, Lou.
He doesn't have time. He's too busy Googling shit. You heard that factoid about the Montreal Expos logo. That's all we need to know. That's what he's spending his time doing. He doesn't have time for shit.
Doesn't everybody know that? I mean, that's like old news.
No, that kid
They know now.
That kid that was in my DM that said it was a JB, and everyone from his idiot town said the same thing. That kid didn't know.
What? How do you get JB out of Montreal Expos?
It looks like a J. Well, I do understand that why he would say that. If you look at it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it could. If you didn't know anything about baseball or anything, or I could see it.
yeah,
Looks like
you
a
see a
J.
J and a B there. I get where the kid's
Yeah.
coming from, but he stuck to his guns when I challenged him. He's like, no, that's what we say here. Oh, look who's back, everybody.
Well, the first thing my brother said when he saw this hat was, is that team called the Snails? I was like,
Wow.
I don't see that.
I wonder.
it looks like a snail. I was like,
I wonder if your brother's the one that was in my DMs.
he could have.
No, I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm kidding.
I would not be surprised.
I'm kidding. I think it was if it's not Hat Club, it's a dub. All right, we ready to wrap up for the evening, guys? This was fun.
Yep. We'll be back. We'll be back on Saturday with Duncan Penderhughes. He's a fellow YouTuber.
That's not his real name.
Andre Profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back with Andre Profit. What's his YouTube channel called?
Munfu Profit.
Yeah, Munfu Profit.
Mafu Profit. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back with us on Saturday, and then we'll be back again on Wednesday.
I was pleasantly surprised by that guy.
Yeah, it was good.
I hadn't gotten a chance to interact with him, and I had him on my Instagram live yesterday. What a good dude, man! What a good dude.
Yeah. So, and then the following Wednesday will be the worst trends of the year. So we'll assemble another all-star panel.
Lou earned his way on.
Yeah.
Aaron won't be on there. He's way too positive.
Aaron's too nice. Aaron's too nice.
Yeah.
Listen, Lou, you won the award tonight, man. You were like, it was almost like this Survivor series. You survived. You're moving on to the complainer show.
Well, thank you. And I wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
No, I know, and that's the effortless approach that you took is one of the reasons why we want you there.
Yeah.
All right. Always happy to be there.
So we'll talk about that, and then I think the Saturday will be the last show for a little bit. We'll take 1 week off for Christmas.
We're shutting that shit down.
Yeah.
10 days.
Social media blackout.
You gotta understand something. Leon and I and Jason came along maybe a month after we started, right? But Leon and I have been doing this religiously now. If we're on 34, that's been
33. Yeah.
8 months.
66 shows.
Leon and I have not missed a show. Well, no, I did. I missed one for the power outage.
And then YouTube shut down for 1 week. But yeah, we've done at least one show once a week though.
Jesus, 8 months.
Yeah. So,
but then we're coming back on the 30th with the
fitties.
Bang, with the fitties.
Oh, the fitties, yeah. I saw someone else that did a fitted award show.
Cool.
Well, we got the fitties, all right?
Fitties.
I got the fitties. Big old fitties.
Richard, forget this bogus ass shit, man. Come tune in for the fitties.
Yeah.
I like it.
The only awards that matter.
And then what we could do is we could do an after show, right? Listen to this. I'm spitballing here. Lou will assemble some other crotchety old guys, right? They will tear apart our fitty awards. So after show. So Lou,
that'd be great.
Lou, assemble 3 more people that are exactly like you.
You guys remember the Muppets, right?
Lou.
Adler.
Yep. Up in the balcony.
So Aaron should be the pre-show, right? Like getting
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
fired up and happy. Oh yeah, this
Red
will be so much
carpet.
fun. And
Right.
then you end it with like Lou and 3 of his closest negative friends, right? I don't like this award, and this one sucked.
How could they do that? How could they do that?
Yeah.
This would be absolutely perfect, man.
Yep.
Perfect. So now anyone who's selected with Lou to be on that show is like, "Fuck, you gotta be shitting me."
Hopefully they're
This is how I'm viewed. Like
Right.
I'm like one of Google Lou's like peers. Oh shit! You know what I want to do too? What else we should do for this post show? We should go and extract all of Lou's biggest complaints from Instagram and
We don't have the time for that.
no, but have like some have some angelic voice like recite them.
Oh yeah.
The top 10 Google Lou complaints.
Yeah.
Lou, we were hard on you today, weren't we?
Oh yeah, it's all in good fun.
Yeah, no, we love having you on here, Lou, and without you, it wouldn't be the same.
Well,
so
thank you.
Now for real, we got to sign off.
Yeah.
All right, Leon, take us away, man.
All right, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, rate, review, do all that good stuff. We'll be back on Saturday with Andre Profit. Thanks, guys. Stay fitted.